Okay, so in this video, we're going to take a general overview of how earthquake insurance works. So hopefully by the end of the video, you'll have a broader understanding in how does earthquake insurance work. So let's look at the information together. Okay, so how does earthquake insurance work? We're going to take a look at the big picture here, and that is that earthquake insurance is not included in your standard homeowners insurance policy. And in most cases, this is going to be a separate policy designed specifically to cover just earthquake insurance. Sometimes there's an endorsement that can be added to homeowners insurance companies. Some companies have an endorsement for earthquake insurance, but in most cases, it's just a separate policy to cover just earthquake insurance. And the most important part is that many homeowners assume that they're covered and that's included in the homeowner's policy, but they're not, and that could be devastating. So what an earthquake policy actually covers here is going to be dwelling coverage. That is just the house, so that's your main home that you live in, and it covers the structure of the home itself, like the walls, the roof, foundation, attached garages, anything that makes the home habitable is required for living, and the structure depends on it. The stability of the home depends on that is dwelling coverage. Anything that's not required for living, for the habitability of the home, the structure, that doesn't depend on it. The stability of the home doesn't depend on it. It's for aesthetic purposes. It is other structures, things like detached garage, shed, fences, pool, patio, etc. And stuff inside your home, furniture, appliances, clothes, electronics, jewelry, breakables, those are the stuff inside. Anything you can pick up and walk out the door, that is personal property. Loss of use or additional living expenses, this is what you'll pay rent elsewhere while your home is being reconstructed after an earthquake damage. That is loss of use coverage. Okay, so and deductible. How does the deductible work? This is significant. Earthquake insurance deductibles are different than homeowners insurance deductibles. A homeowner's deductible is a fixed amount, a flat amount like $1,000 or $2,500, where earthquake is a percentage. And this is what makes the difference here. The deductible percentages range from 2.5% all the way to 25%. And for an example, if you have a $600,000 of coverage and you have a 10% deductible, your share of the responsibility is $60,000, and the earthquake insurance company will cover the rest. So if you have a total loss, the insurance company in this case would give you $540,000, $600,000 minus $60,000. What's not covered? Big one. So fire damage. Earthquakes don't cover fire damage. That is covered by your homeowners or fire insurance policy. Even if the earthquake ruptures your gas line, it does no damage other than that. It burns your house line. That gas line goes into a fire and it burns your house down. So that is covered by your homeowners insurance, your fire insurance policy. If an earthquake causes a flood or a tsunami, that is not covered by the earthquake insurance policy. The only thing the earthquake covers is the damage caused by the earthquake shaking of the ground, and that damage to the home structure or other belongings or other structures, things like that. But not flood, not fire. Prior damages are not covered by earthquakes. So if you have a crack in your foundation, in your walls, prior earthquake damage, and then you get a new policy and try to claim that as new damage, adjusters know how to spot those and they will deny that claim. So prior damages and prior cracks are not covered by your earthquake insurance policy, the new policy. Okay, so what are the cost factors? What impacts the premium for earthquake insurance policies? And the bold here that you see are the ones that make the most significance in an earthquake insurance premium. So the year built, if you have a newer home versus a home built in the early 1900s, you'll see a significant difference in the premium. Where your home is located zip code or the distance to the fault line, this makes a significant difference in premium. Okay, so in certain areas have a much higher chance of getting earthquake damage, many more faults, bigger faults, so the premium demanded is more in those areas. The construction type, number of stories, foundation type. If the home is on or near a slope, that makes a difference. And retrofitting discount, this is more of a discount than a premium rating factor, but it will make a difference in your premium. So if you have an older home that's been raised, it's a raised foundation, it's been retrofitted, then you may, and you have a certificate for it, then you may receive a discount on your earthquake insurance policy. The choice of deductible, of course, the lower the deductible, the higher the premium. The higher the deductible, the lower the premium. And the type of carrier here, it goes back to some of these construction types, number of stories. Some carriers will offer coverage for certain homes that other carriers won't. Some carriers will be more competitive for certain homes in certain areas that other carriers will not be as competitive. So it makes a difference in looking at different carriers to find the best rate for you. And as agents, that is our job to help you do. CEA versus private coverage differences. Okay, so CEA has a more standardized, limited coverages in general. They have a stricter structure and often have higher deductibles. With private earthquake carriers, you can customize the coverage more, get broader coverage options, often have better pricing for certain areas and certain homes. So there is a difference of coverages between the CEA and private earthquake carriers that it may be of your interest to find out about. Okay, so why homeowners should consider coverage for earthquake insurance? Well, earthquakes are sudden, unexpected. They come at no warnings. They are unpredictable. Okay, that's what's dangerous about earthquakes. And California and Washington states have active faults all over the states. Most people's biggest asset is their home. So without earthquake insurance, the repairs will have to come out of pocket that they may have not planned for. And if it is their biggest asset, then it's going to be a tremendous loss. It's going to be a devastating loss, both financially and emotionally. And if they do have an earthquake insurance policy, all they have to do is pull up that policy, call their carrier, and file a claim, and start the repair process and go back to the lives that they had prior to that devastating loss. All right. So I hope you got a lot out of this video and you have a better understanding of how earthquake insurance works in a broader sense. If you like to get other details, more information, or a quote for your earthquake insurance policy, go to our website at earthquakeagent.com.